2515 BC, 1380 AM. Planet Phoenix passes through the inner solar system, completing its 138-year orbit, and begins its journey back toward and into the distant Kuiper belt. This is 324 of the Anunnaki dynasty, or 108 times 3 in 300 years, 108,000 days since the completion of the Great Pyramid in 2815 BC. 2473 BC, 1422 AM. The priest Jared died at age 962, the father of Enoch, who was given a vision of the chronology of the world, until the appearance of God to gather his redeemed, a date revealed to him as being 5,500 years after his 40th year, which was the year 500 Annus Mundi, signifying the year 2106 AD. His death was 432 years, 108 times 4, after the foundation was laid to the Great Pyramid in 2905 BC. Noah was 366 years old. This was the 56th year of the reign of the Nephilim king Dumuzi. 2446 BC, 1449 AM. A five-planet alignment of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn was seen from Earth and recorded by the Chinese as occurring in this year, the Emperor Chu Ni reigning. This is exactly 207 years before the Great Flood, 207 being 2484 months, 414 times 6, or half a cursed Earth period of 414 years. This places this alignment of planets within the Phoenix chronology. For 414 years is three 138-year Phoenix orbits. The Great Flood in 2239 BC will be the 2070th year of the Phoenix chronology, or 207 times 10. Whether a five-planet alignment occurred or not, this is further evidence that the ancient Chinese had access to accurate pre-flood timelines. Noah was 393 years old. This was the 83rd year of the reign of Dumuzi. 1. The Great Pyramid, its divine message. 2429 BC, 1466 AM. This is the 400th year of the Bud Tabira dynasty of metalworkers, and its last, ending with the reign of Dumuzi. The fifth Nephilim king is Ensi-Paziana, who had reigned for 28,800 shahs, evenings and mornings, or 80 years. This begins the Larak dynasty, a city of giants. This is 1296 years, 108 times 12, after the start of the Sethite dynasty in 3725 BC. The entire length of the Anunnaki chronology is based off of periods of 60 and 600 years, and we see this is true with Anunnaki history as well. 480 years before the Larak dynasty was founded was 2909 BC, when the Anunnaki matriarch founded her own dynasty over the Cainites in 2909 BC. 480 years is 60 times 8. The Jewish calendar has this as 1242, or three cursed earth periods of 414 years each. The Genesis record in chapter 6 related that, "And there were giants in the earth in those days, the offspring of the Anunnaki, angels, and human females. These were called the Nephilim, meaning the fallen ones." This new government is reflected by the fact that this was 476 years after foundation of Great Pyramid is built, the number 476 signifying a change in government that will be shown over and over throughout this research. 2415 BC, 1480 AM. This year is added to CHRONICON because it figures very prominently more than once in the chronometry of the Great Pyramid, a very significant year. This was 490 years, 70 times 7, from the foundation laid to the Great Pyramid. It was the 424th year of the life of Noah. This is the 14th year of the reign of Ensi-Paziana of Larak. 2377 BC, 1518 AM. Planet Phoenix passes through the inner system, completing its 138-year orbit on its way back out to the Kuiper belt. This is its last pass before appearing at the Great Flood. 2359 BC, 1536 AM. Noah is 480 years old when he received a divine commission from God to warn the people of the coming flood, to repent that they can be saved. The Great Flood is now decreed. and the salvation being offered is spiritual. God has determined to destroy the earth. Mankind is given 120 years. At the Sumerian city of Shuruppak, Noah gathers all the records of his forefathers, the secret writings of the Sethites, histories and prophecies, and preserves them. Noah is chosen to survive the flood with his family because he is perfect in his generations, meaning that he is 100% Sethite, therefore Adamic, with no Cainite or Nephilim influence in his bloodline, the latter being degenerate hybrids not made in the image of God. The scriptural records on this warning are in Genesis and Jasher. The Atrahasis record indicates that at this time humanity filled the earth with their noise and corruption, troubling the heavens. By this time the Creator had severed communication between the heavens and the rebellious Anunnaki. They were given Phoenix as a sign and witness in the heavens of his plans, and on earth they were given the Sphinx and Great Pyramid complex. But now the Anunnaki had to rely on inspired humans to know the times, to understand God's plans because they had fallen from their first estate. For this reason did Enoch interact with the Anunnaki and Nephilim without harm. Though he pronounced judgments against them, he was their link to the mind of God. Banished from the heavens, they succeeded in banishing humanity from paradise and divine protection. But the prophets, the elect and spiritually powerful, they had to rely on for knowledge. For this reason we see the calendrics indicate that this warning was also to the Anunnaki and their Nephilim offspring, a judgment decreed. This was 4464 years before Armageddon, when the Anunnaki will be defeated and confined by the chief cornerstone, the stone they rejected. This 4464 years is 744 times 6, and the year Noah was warned was the 744th year since the Vedic calendar began, the Black Age caused by the Anunnaki. This was the 480th year of the oppression of the Sethites, or 8 60-year periods. The connection to Enoch is made more profound by the fact that this was the 792nd year, orbit of Nibiru, since Enoch was made emperor in 3151 BC, the year 744 Annus Mundi. This was the 70th year of the reign of the Nephilim king Ensi-Paziana. 1. Genesis. Jasher. Flying serpents and dragons. 2. Atrahasis.